Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got something nice for you today. We dealing with the consciousness, the many phases and philosophies of the consciousness. Let's get started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right Thinker's mission, yeah, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, and that's what it is for me, through mental and spiritual discipline. Daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment. Excuse me, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers do just that with the lesson that I set forth for you to do just that. You tune in, your goal is to know thyself. My mission is to get you the material and information you need to do just that. Let's work together. All right. So I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, don't worry about it. Tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Thank you. I got more for you. Stay tuned. Don't worry about it. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and thinks that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself and to Maya be true. Now, we're talking about consciousness. Right thinkers, let's talk about the many philosophies of stages of consciousness. Got a little good information for you. Maybe a little lengthy, but it's good. All right. I got the book and I got my own. I'm gonna start with the book. No, start with my own. How about that? All right. Right thinkers. Let's talk about the becoming. I started out with just becoming conscious on my paper, but I started reading the book. I try to put them together. So it's many philosophies of consciousness, different stages, different phases from different philosophical concepts. I'm gonna use the book. I'm gonna give you mine. Then I'm gonna throw in my boy Bruce Lipton and Greg Brayton's concept of consciousness. Okay, I listen to them guys, so I learned something from them too. Okay, I'm sweating like a pig up in here. It's all good. Let's go. Now, that's the goal for all right thinkers to what? Become conscious, aka know thyself. Becoming aware of who you are, knowing who you are from what? Manifesting for yourself the things that you learn about yourself and prove who you know, how to know who you are. Yes, when your way of life, if you're living right, you will gain God's attention. That's what it's all about. I don't care what your religion, don't care about your gender. If you are doing deeds, that's what you're recognized by from God. The deeds that you put forth, if they're good, He'll bless you. If they're not good, you already know. So understand that. Now, religious followers, it's not a problem with them. I got a problem with y'all. I'm one too. Who practice what they learn. That's the key. If you're going to follow Christian concepts, follow Christian concepts. If you're Muslim, follow the Islamic tenets. If you're a Jew, the same thing for you. But don't perpetrate and fake it. I got a problem with you kind of people. That's all. Nothing about what your religion, but it's how you do it. Okay? Again, I recognize your actions just like God do. So pretending to be somebody don't work for me. Moving on. We know God is what? Pure conscious, all conscious. Everything that goes on in his world, he's conscious of it. Get the concept? Okay. But when you have pure consciousness, pure conscious is spelled CONSCINCE. That's the science of conscious. And God proved that he has all of that through his creation. Consciousness is what he gives man to what? Recognize him while they're in the flesh. We have no memory of who we are when we come to human form. We're spiritual beings having a human experience for a purpose, for a reason. We went over that too. Let's deal with the conscious aspect. Our pure and true conscious is in our, that's where God dwells in man. Truth, proof, love, everything comes from the heart. That's where God dwells. He gave us this to connect with this while we're in the physical form, hence heart, mind, coherence. That's becoming conscious of your consciousness, meaning you're conscious of this, that you have this. Heart, mind, coherence. That's my word I come up with. All right. Now let's deal with consciousness is God's gift to man. So man can what? Know thyself, aka God. Animals can't know God. Nope. They don't have consciousness. They can't create. They can't articulate. They just instinctively react and do what they do. So we are superior beings, mainly spiritual beings having this human experience. Get used to understanding that and you'll become a better person. Why? Because you want to be spiritual, not human. Doing too much of that right now. Humans running control right now is not good. We need more spirituality in the world overall. So I don't know why I'm saying that, but moving on. Conscious is being able to know God by what? Having your own God experience. It's ways that you can find God and know if God exists for yourself. Do the right thing and watch the blessings come in. And then do the wrong thing and see if you get blessed. Excuse me. That's one way to find out. Okay. People who live and do right, they know God. Why? They're experiencing him through the deeds that they're doing and the reward that they get for it, aka blessings. Consciousness, the Christians call it Christ consciousness. Okay. Just knowing Christ ain't Christ conscious. Believing in Christ ain't Christ conscious. Mimicking, emulating Christ, knowing thyself, becoming anointed with knowledge of self, that's becoming Christ conscious. I just call it God conscious, same thing. Or what's this? The anointing of what? You call it Christhood. But Christ knew himself. He knew the Father and him was one. Hello? Y'all keep making him God in the flesh. We're spiritual beings in the flesh, having a human experience. Once we know who we are like Christ did, we become anointed with knowledge of self. Sorry about that. From my years of studying and practicing what I learned, prove to me God exists for myself. You can't tell me nothing about God. I can help you. I can enlighten you. Why? Because I know. If you don't know, you can't say. Okay? I'm twice, what's this? Conscious. What do you mean twice conscious? Let me explain it to you. I told you the heart conscious is spelled conscience. That's the science of knowing. The mind conscious is becoming conscious of who you are up here. conscioussness. That's consciousness. When you become conscious of yourself, you have become awakened. When you're unconscious, you're asleep. You're ignorant, you don't know. Simple. Ignorant don't mean dumb. Remember, I'm ignorant of a whole lot of things outside of what I know, and we all are. So it ain't a bad thing. It's your choice. You can remain ignorant or you can get enlightened. Simple. Moving on. Where am I? Okay. Pure conscious is that state of mind. Again, heaven and hell is how you, whatever position your ass is in at the time. When it's good, it's heaven. Bad, it's hell. Simple. It ain't that hard. And watch this. Pure consciousness is that state of mind that we call heaven. Hotep. Blissed out. Yeah. When things are going good. By your doings, meaning you're doing the right thing, you're performing the duties that you need to do on a daily basis. Things will just happen good for you. Those are called blessings. Okay? But you earn them. It don't just happen. Trust me. Once you know thyself, once you become awakened, you will have to use that gift of God that gave you to what? Know him. That's becoming conscious. We have gifts of speed. We have gifts of talent of all kind of areas, but we don't use the gift of what? Knowledge to know thyself. And then everything else seems to just be easier to do. Once you have knowledge of self, the younger, the sooner you gain knowledge of who you are, the better off your life would be. Trust me, it took me a long time. I'm trying to tell young people, don't do like I did, okay? Go straight to the point. Get it done quick, get out the way, and move on and enjoy your life. Young right thinkers. Now, unconscious. What do unconscious mean? Unconscious means not aware of yourself. Unconscious also means knocked out. If you get beat upside the head, knocked out. But unconscious just means not being aware. You're not conscious of yourself, so you're unconscious. Let's talk about it right quick. Unconsciousness. Now, you can have degrees that don't mean you're conscious. You spent time learning a particular field and you got proficient in it, you got your degree. That don't make you conscious. They giving you knowledge of things, the scholarly knowledge. I'm giving you self-knowledge, the best knowledge. So your degrees come second to none when it comes to self-knowledge. So understand that. This is why you see wise men and spiritual men handle the intellects with no problem. Why? You just got one form of knowledge. What they told you, what they, we have experience. It's a big difference. Moving on, that's become wise. And wisdom is having experience, not having book knowledge. Moving on. Where we at? Okay. When you're ignorant of yourself, you're unconscious. Take your degrees, take all that stuff you got and shove it. Why? With lack of knowledge, you coming back to repeat this game again. Get good at it. Why? Because you'll be doing it again if you don't have knowledge of self. Unaware, unconscious means unaware of who you are and what's going on around you. That's not a good place to be. There's a lot of us going through that though. Moving on. If you're a boxer, you know a good left hook will what? Knock you out, and that will make you unconscious. Why? Because you didn't pay attention and you got caught not looking, and bam, whoop, you're out. Okay, unconscious. So there's some things you can do to avoid becoming unconscious. If you're a boxer, bob and weave, stick and move. All right, good analogy. But watch this. Where we at? Okay, yeah. Unconscious people are the ignorant people who think or believe that they know. Ooh-wee. Unconscious people are running wild. And in some cases, they're even running the world. I'm just saying. If you're unconscious of what's going on around you, you're out of touch with yourself. Why? You just going through the motions. That's why. A lot of us do that. Every day, get up and just go through the motions. Moving on. That's called routine. That's called robotic. You don't want to do that. That's just living. That's just surviving. Moving on. Subconscious. My favorite. When I did this lesson a few years ago, the subconscious runs the show. Okay? It listens. It picks up everything that goes on around you during your day. And at night, it comes out to play, so to speak. So if you don't have control over your thoughts, your subconscious is going to have a way with you. Our subconscious keeps the body function, which that's part of it, 24/7. You don't have to worry about the heart beating. You don't have to worry about your digestive system working. Everything functions because the subconscious keeps everything running, okay, for you. Where you at? When we are asleep, I'm sweating all over my paper. When we are asleep, the subconscious still controls the astral body, meaning it's still functioning while the physical body is at rest. Its job is to keep everything going. All right, that's the subconscious. You can learn how to what? Control your subconscious by what? Being focused, concentrate, and practice meditation. Get control of your thoughts. Put them under your control. Don't let them control you, aka the ego. Okay. Your thoughts control your subconsciousness. If you're God conscious, then you have good thoughts. Positive thinking, right thinking. It's all the same thing. But you have control over that. That's the problem. Take control over your life. Take the wheel, so to speak. Don't let your ego conscious self drive you to do things that, I don't know why I did that. You got weak, okay? You got to let the ego take over. And again, when you're not in full control of what you're doing, your functions, the ego will take over. It'll take it. Trust me, excuse me. All right? Where we at? Okay, okay, here you go. The subconscious is under the control of what? Your pure conscious. It still runs the show. It's still under control. But if you don't control it, it's just going to run wild. Again, gain control of the thoughts. You run this. It shouldn't run you. Excuse me. Oh, man, I got to pick this up right there. Let me wrap this up. Now, let's switch over here to what I call the philosophy of the four states of consciousness. Here we go. Now we're going to the book. All right. The book states, oh, man, hold on one second. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm back. Take care of that call was kind of important. So let's get back to the lesson. Now, the philosophy of the four states of consciousness, which is waking, dream, dreamless sleep, and the undifferentiated transcendental consciousness, meaning the ultimate witness, they call them. That's the highest level of consciousness. You contacting with what? All conscious, aka your higher self. At this point, and it's paramount, it's of paramount importance for the what? You, the spiritual aspirant, to have a profound understanding of this teaching, which led you to what? Develop subtle of intellect and you're discerning the reality of the thoughts of your own mind. Again, you control what's going up here as well as that which what is real that's around you. Recognizing, understanding what's real. The third eye, that's the conscious eye that sees inside and release the ignorant veil of knowledge of yourself. You become knowledgeable of yourself, so the ignorant veil has been lifted, becoming conscious. The cycles of time we explored in depth. Why? Because the practice of how this teaching is applied in everyday life. I tell you, right thinking philosophy only going to work if you what? Practice it when? Daily. You got to make it a way of life for it to work. Watch this. Now, in order to realize, make the everyday life, using it, applying it, to realize its significance at the deepest level of the mind through what? Virtuous and righteous living daily and the practice of right thinking philosophy, aka Mayat. Mayat philosophy does what? It provides you with a guideline, for determining what is real and what is not. That's your discernment. If we had a better discernment, those mega preachers won't be mega preaching. Nobody will listen to that nonsense. Why? They got better sense. They know better. Just saying. Now, where we at? Down here. Okay. Now, this is crucial. This is crucial to what? The correct operation and the uses of your mind. Why? Because the mind supports whatever reality that it believes is true. Put a pin in. Let me explain that to you right quick. The power of belief is so strong that those people who gave y'all that book, that they know ain't all that. But they freak out because y'all bring to life miracles from your belief in that book. The book ain't got no significance, but y'all making it work because the power of belief is in you. That's what the mindset is. And if they can keep you going the wrong way, then they got you where they want you. Once you get the truth, you no longer got to listen to them, or they can't tell you which way to go. Why? Because you know thyself. Sound familiar? Okay, moving on. Let me wrap this up. I'm getting hot again. So, where we at? Yeah. What you think and what you believe, you're going to manifest, even if it's wrong. Okay? Understand that. But you experience the world through your mind. It's all mental. I keep from freaking out. I give these lessons. It's all in the mind. It's all mental and senses. The physical body is the senses. You can only sense what the physical body gives you. That's smelling, seeing, hearing, touching, and tasting. It's more to life than that. So you can't rely on the senses. You have learned that what these are valid criteria to determine what the validity of the world, watch this, and of your inner experience of the world. We come in human form to experience this world. But if you don't get understanding, if you don't gain knowledge of self, you will continue to be in this world. Why? Because this is the physical world. This is the ignorant world in which everybody's walking around in an illusionary world, thinking this is real and not knowing thyself and believing that if I die, I'm dead. We are spiritual beings. Again, if we're ignorant of that fact, then we're not conscious. Let's get back to the lesson. Sorry about that. Now, consider, watch this. Break this down for you real quick. This is a good example. Now, consider the dream state. Let's talk with that one, of consciousness. When you have dreams, you perceive what? Various objects, you touch them, and you may even feel your own of them. But you're in the dream state, so it's real in where? Right here. Understand that? You're dreaming. They appear to be what? Real. And they feel real, very solid and true. All of that is only a state of mind. However, there we go. Upon waking up, that's why this state we're in right now. Now, the ancient Native Americans would tell you the dream state is the real state. Why? Because that's where the mind is doing its own thing. That's your free. In the physical waking state, you got to abide by the rules, the laws, and the physical three-dimensional physicalities of what's going on. In the astral plane, the dream world, you don't have that. You don't need the body. That's why if you tell me that the body's going to heaven, we ain't going to have a conversation. I know better than that. That's why. So they got it wrong. I tell you about the Christian concept. Oh, they rolled the rock back and he was gone. Okay, well, somebody let him out. God didn't take him. Moving on. So that's, I'm trying to tell you, everything is up here. And when you come to waking state, what happened? You will realize that what? They did not exist and it never did. Why? It was all in the mind. You created it. Watch this. Now they were simply what? Energy forms which you created what? Out of your subtle astral matter, and you perceive through what? Your deluded, ignorant mind state. Again, you're in a dream state and you think it's real. That's okay. There were what? They were fleeting masses of what? Subtle energy that arose out of your own mind and were perceived. Okay, I just read that, excuse me. Now you developed, watch this, an illusory triad of consciousness. Here we go. During your dream state. And from this, what happened? Arose an entire world. I tell you, we're part of God's dream. We're in it as individuals, but we're all part of God. In your dream, everything's part of you. Same thing, same concept. Hope you can understand it. Let's go. So now your waking ego self concept dissolves and you become what? A new subject, a new you. Why? This new you use what? Your subtle senses to what? Perceive objects which you yourself what? Imagine to exist. Again, everything's in the mind. And this is what they call the triad of seer, seen, and sight. When you woke up, this triad, what? It dissolved into your waking consciousness now as if it never existed. Everything that we dream about, sometimes we can remember the dream, but your dream state is just your subconscious having its way, picking up any and everything that it went through and having its way. When you learn how to control lucid dreaming, you will be in total control of the dream state, and pretty much you can remember what you went through. Practice meditation, all that good stuff. But watch this. However, upon waking up, you what? You did not wake up into what? A reality, but rather you moved into another form of reality of the triad of consciousness. The triad, here we go, let me break it down for you. I'm about to wrap it up. I'll look at the clock. The triad of human consciousness arises out of what? Your inability to perceive what? Reality without the mind and senses. If all you relying on is this, these and this, you're missing the boat. The mind and sense, along with, watch this, your soul form is the three elements of the triad. If you were to transcend what? The mind and the senses, rise it, get above, watch this. Now you would perceive reality directly through your soul. That's the God part of you. The human part is the sense and the feeling. Rise it to become God-like. Haru, your spirit. Rise it. Now, only through what? Direct perception is it possible what? To know the truth of reality. You have to become conscious of yourself to realize what's real and what's not. I've been teaching this for the longest. So the teaching of the triad is expressed how? In the symbolism, here we go, of the Divine Trinity. Amun, hidden, Ra, visible, Pata, manifestation. We had the power to do that also. Hence, we're in the image of God. Wrapping it up for you. I'm getting it home. I'm almost there. So, when you do the Trinity, the Divine Trinity, watch this. In this, this Divine Trinity, which arises out of what? Your primeval ocean, the ancient concept of the noon, where everything is possible, there's total chaos, but nothing's moving until you decide to make it move. The whole idea, right, thinkers, here is that the world you perceive is a real, is the world you perceive as real is illusory. Well, it seems real. Again, stop arguing and listen. Try to pay attention and get the understanding to the concept. Your senses, again, your body. That's not good. I gotta worry about that scam. Excuse me. Okay, but your body, the senses which you use to perceive the world are really illusionary. Okay? And the mind which you use to perceive the world is also what? Illusionary. Well, what have I got to? Calm down, relax. I'm trying to help you. I'm walking you through it so you can see where we're going with this. I'm taking you somewhere. Hold on, we're getting there. So therefore, there is only what? One factor left which qualifies as real. What part of that is it? That factor is the witnessing consciousness, the ultimate I self, myself, am, the I am. That's the ultimate in you. That's God. And that's called the witnessing consciousness. I gave you lessons about that too. That's Amen, the high conscious of knowing thyself. He's hidden. Now you're going to find him within yourself. That's where he is. Watch this. And when you become the witness consciousness, when you experience the witness consciousness, that precedes what? All of the different states of consciousness. Watch this. And through spiritual practice of right thinking philosophy, yoga of wisdom, yoga of action, and my favorite, yoga of devotion and yoga of meditation, and we forget the last one, yoga of selfless service. Okay? You can gradually, when you practice these yoga concepts, I've been giving them to you too, when you master each one to your likings, you can use them integrally, meaning you know how to use each one of them when you need to. They're at your disposal. It's the thing is better to have that knowledge and don't need it than to need that knowledge and don't have it. Learning every yoga concept, learning all the aspects of your personality, yourself, is better to have all the understanding of it than not to have any at all. AKA, no knowledge of self, that means you're ignorant. Moving on. Where we at? Okay, yeah. Now, doing that, it will gradually lead you where? Your mind to a deeper and deeper levels of perception of what? The truth, until what? You yourself discover the absolute truth which lies behind all of the illusionary layers of your conscious mind. When you have God consciousness, when you become conscious of yourself, Christhood, Horushood, Christ consciousness, all of that is the same thing. So, wrapping it up, where am I down here? Okay, now, this essay has been presented, this lesson has been presented to you so that you, the practitioner, may begin to understand the visualization that is desired by what? The Per Im Haru text, when it is written that you, the initiate, is to say statements such as the following. One in part, two of this volume, excuse me, one in part, two of this volume, as well as what? Understanding what part of the personality, your personality, is being referenced in the ancient text. Understanding what you're reading, and watch this, how that relates to you in your quest for what? Immortality, aka spiritual enlightenment. They are mystic formulas. These are formulas and ideas designed to what? To awaken the awaken the innermost memory of what? One's true and ultimate identity as one with the divinity who has brought all into existence and who will also dissolve it all. Once he get tired of dreaming, he gonna open up everything, gonna right back into and start back over again. We call it the restart. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm good. I'm out. And as imparting right thinkers, may you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinkers like you have passed away. I'll be back.